Howdy.
Just want to ask
Howdy.
you, is this the tie, by the way?
Yeah, full transparency, I thought I should wear it today.
Oh yeah, fair. What's underneath it?
Nothing, just a little controller.
Are you controlled by someone now?
Well, I don't want that sort of rumour to get out. It could lead to some crazy theories.
We couldn't get your reaction to the scrapping of the first home grant.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, this government is under real pressure. The first home grant does not solve the problem of a shortage of housing. All it does is help some people while the shortage of housing remains for everybody else. The only solution to a shortage of housing is to build more homes, and that's not something that the first home buyers grant actually did.
But scrapping it immediately seems so mean to people who were just about to buy their house and now they're missing $5,000 to $10,000 from their deposit.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that will be a blow for people, but we also have a government inheriting very tough fiscal times, and we actually cannot do everything that we're supposed to do.
Can I ask you?
And how do you think, to those people who've just missed out, going to be looking at this and thinking this feels so unfair, what will you say to them about the $2.9 billion that landlords have got?
Well, actually, they haven't got it. The government has restored consistency to its taxation system because interest is a deductible expense in every other area of business.
Right, yeah, but what would you say to them about the $2.9 billion in interest deductibility that has gone to landlords and now you're taking away
again,
a part of a deposit?
That's not correct. The government has ensured that its tax system is consistent because interest is a deductible expense in every area of business. Now, if you're going to say that taxing less is giving people money, you've missed the point that it was their money to start with.
Can I ask you about Can I just quickly ask you about the treatment of Minister Karen Shaw by the Labour Party, Te Pāti Māori? We saw some negative commentary on social media from Te Pāti Māori, the way that Willow Jean Prime in the House called her a sellout yesterday. What do you make of the way that she's being treated?
Well, if these people had a good argument against what Karen's doing, they wouldn't need to viciously and personally insult her. The fact that they are being so vicious and so nasty, I can't remember anything like this in the 10 years I've been in Parliament, tells me that they don't have much of an argument and that Karen is actually onto something and they know it.
What is it exactly in Section 7AA that troubles you?
Well, I think it's the fact that it puts something other than the safety, the nutrition, the education, the love for a child ahead of those critical aspects. So long as we have a priority other than every child being treated the best they possibly can be for their circumstances, then we're not doing the best for every child.
On Gumboot Friday, are you comfortable with the way that that money is allocated just to one particular agency based on a campaign promise rather than, with your regulation kind of perspective, the normal procurement process that should be a bit more robust?
Well, it's not a regulatory decision. I mean, regulation is the state placing restrictions on the use and exchange of private property. That's not happening here.
Sure.
It's a fiscal and expenditure decision. Certainly, I didn't campaign on something like this. But equally, there's things the government's doing that the other two parties didn't campaign on, but ACT did.
So are you uncomfortable with the fact that there was no procurement and this is essentially just them giving money to one provider because of a campaign promise?
No, I wouldn't say I'm uncomfortable. The government's agreed to do this. It's part of our coalition agreement. ACT did not campaign on this particular initiative, but no doubt our coalition partners will look at some of the policies that we're undertaking and they'd say that they didn't campaign on those either.
Is that good government?
Beg your pardon?
Is that good government?
Well, in my view, if you want to get the best value for money, then the right way to go about it is to ask about all the options. I think New Zealand First would say that that's exactly what they did.
And now it pulls back on Māori awards. Why is that a good idea?
I think it's really critical that if we're going to have changes in the way our society works, then the maximum number of people should get to have a say on it. If you have a community where everyone says, yes, we would like racial differences in the way that we vote, then I guess that community is allowed to do it. But I don't think it's right that a relatively small group of people on a council can change the rules of their own election without going to the people. So it's a basic democratic issue here.
Most mayors say the government should stay out of it and let them decide.
Well, most mayors need to recognise that the whole existence of councils is thanks to the Local Government Act passed by Parliament. So if the government stayed out of it, they wouldn't actually be mayors.
So you're saying government knows better?
No, I'm saying the basic facts are, and remember facts are friendly and facts are important, local government is a creature of Parliament through the Local Government Act which created councils in this
What
country.
is your response, though, to the fact that mayors are saying that they don't want that change to be brought in?
Well, again, my response I've just given is that, you can call it a technical thing. I'd say it's the basic facts. Councils exist thanks to the Local Government Act.
Yeah, but mayors of their cities, should they be able to decide the makeup of the councils and the involvement that might play in that? Don't they have a right to have that position?
I have a right to have that position, but the legal framework they operate under is decided by Parliament.
David, was it right for the Waitangi Tribunal to release official information about the treaty settlement?
Well, they're an ongoing commission of inquiry. They have the legal right to do it. Personally, I think those of us who have voted for a government would like to see our government operate without some unelected group sticking their oar in mid-process. But nevertheless, they've done what they've done. To be perfectly honest, I'm pretty happy with the facts being out there because facts are friendly. We're very proud of the work we're doing.
How do you feel about the fact that ministers don't support what the government is doing in terms of Māori laws?
Sorry, who does?
Most mayors of the cities don't support what the government is doing in terms of the Māori laws.
Well, that's your assertion, but I just say to you, and I don't know how many other ways we can say it, but the legal basis of them being mayors is a law passed by Parliament. Parliament is now changing that law. That is the way our constitutional arrangement in New Zealand works. I mean,
Mayors are saying that they don't like it.
Well, there's a lot of things that all of us don't like and do like, but you've got to go back to the basics that in this country, Parliament makes the laws. The laws that have been passed to make them mayors say that this is how a council works. Now, the people of New Zealand have voted, far more people than voted for any mayor, have voted for a government that is now changing those laws.
Thank you.
No worries.